welcome to Working Week. As you can see, we're enjoying our summer break.
And we're also taking a look, oh yes, at some of the best bits from our show. I'll be finding out whether Nottingham buses really are the best in the country.
They're all good, they usually are on time and everything.
Can everybody give Les a cheer because he's won the Driver of the Year award?
What's the best job you've ever had?
Probably working in a care home.
Why?
I don't know, it's rewarding, isn't it? You get a lot of rewards from it, it's just nice.
And the squash coach who's teaching managers how to improve their business performance.
That's what the business is all about, helping people to improve their performance and feel better within themselves.
So a lot of people here in Nottingham yet again, and I wonder, Des, how many of them got here by bus?
Yeah, you're right, Rob, because... No, I'm over here, mate, yeah. Because one of my favourite stories is when I went behind Nottingham City Transport to find out what keeps it ticking. While they haven't invented automatic buses yet, so you still need somebody to navigate their way through the traffic and give you that welcoming smile as you step on board the bus. So what is it that makes somebody want to become a Nottingham City Transport bus driver? I'm going to find out. Clocking on for work, it's Nottingham City Transport's Driver of the Year, Les Room. After signing in, Les has taken the 30-second walk to the bus stop where he starts his shift, and according to this, it should be along any minute. Speak of the devil, here it is. Les has been a driver for 7 years, and it's dedication to the job that's won him the title.
Very pleased, very. It's a great achievement. It's having a good attendance, no disciplines, no accidents on the bus, and then you get a letter through the post, ask some questions, you then hand that back into the manager of the depot, and then you get assessed on the bus by Mr. Driver.
So now that you've won that, how do the other guys feel?
Yeah, all right, you know, we have a bit of banter, you know what I mean? I get called Brucey at the moment, because me a picture on the bus. But yeah, I enjoy it, it's a laugh, yeah.
This is what we're going to check every morning before we run out, all the way around the bus.
But what about the next generation of drivers?
We can also check the tyres.
Nottingham City Transport has a rolling recruitment scheme.
Does anybody know what the minimum tread is on the tyre?
We've got to make sure that there's enough drivers to keep the service that we operate flowing. Not just today, but when we purchase new buses, when we put on new routes, that all takes drivers. Without making sure we've got people ready to take up those drivers' seats, you know, we haven't got a business, so we've got to make sure we've always got people coming.
And the one thing about a business like this is that it seems like it has that sort of family-orientated atmosphere still with it.
Well, it does. I know it sounds cheesy when talking about the place you work. You expect me to say good things, but this organisation took me from somebody who was looking for work, turned me into a bus driver, and 2.5 years later it supported me to move on, work in the training department. The same story is happening throughout the business for literally dozens of people, and if you ask around, there's nobody in a position of authority here that hasn't started on the ground floor as a driver.
So they light up at the night time, and also that it's not going to fall off, it's not dirty.
This lot are being put through the training scheme. So what makes them want to be drivers?
What we're looking for at the top of the vehicle, do you think?
I didn't realise they let babies drive buses. You've got a baby face.
I get that all the time, yeah.
So how old are you?
I'm 20.
What makes you want to drive a bus?
I just enjoy driving, really, and it was a good... I seen it come up and I thought, I think I could do that job. And it's more the security of it, having a job, really, and it is a good job to have.
A few of my friends are bus drivers, and they've talked to me what a good company to work for, sort of like the earning potentials and things like that, and I think it's a secure job. You know, I think we're always going to have bus drivers. People are always going to have to get to work, people can't afford cars, so it's a secure job, I think.
I read this, that bus drivers, it's like being an astronaut, the girls love them.
I don't know about that, I haven't been chatted up yet.
Back on the buses, and for Les, the most important part of the job is serving the public.
It's a job I enjoy. I really enjoy it, meeting the people, you know, you have a laugh with them, and yeah, it's the type of job I really enjoy.
And that's the thing about, you know, being a bus driver, you become a friendly face, don't you, to the people of the community. You're able to have a chat, you know, just listen to whatever issues that they have.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. And they get to know you pretty quickly, you know what I mean? They always say, oh, what a nice driver and things, and yeah, it's a good job.
Some of the passengers today are regulars, and it's no surprise to them that Les is Driver of the Year.
Oh, it's brilliant. He's always friendly with the customers. It's really nice.
Can everybody give Les a cheer because he's won the Driver of the Year award?
Well, it looks like Des is having a good time, but let's just broaden this out a bit. With me is Dr. John Disney, who's an expert in transport at Nottingham Trent University. And John, you know, as journalists, we always joke that other bus companies are available, but they are in Nottingham, aren't they? We're pretty well served here.
Yes, Nottingham has 2 bus operators with enviable, excellent national records, Nottingham City Transport and Trent Barton, and also a 3rd operator, Your Bus, which is now a growing competitive network.
And how's Nottingham faring then in terms of actual bus use in the city?
Bus travel in Nottingham has grown year on year now for several years. This is one of the very few cities, the only others really in England outside London, have been Oxford and Brighton, that have had year on year growth.
Here on Working Week, we like to bring you all the latest business news and jobs news too. I'm actually at the Job Centre on Station Street. The staff are just getting ready to open up to the public for the day. And these places really have moved with the times. For example, over there is the office IT suite that's available for the public to use. They're going to get Wi-Fi through this building as well. And right across here is the hub of where it all works if you're looking for a job. This is a job point. It's interactive, so if you come on this, you can find jobs right across Nottinghamshire. Let's try latest local jobs. Continue today's local job. Let's try this week's local jobs. Start search straight away. These are all coming up. Let's have a look at this one. This is going to be solar salespeople. So this is a full-time job by the look of it for solar salespeople across Nottingham, earning looks like £450 a week. And if you like the look at that, well, you just press the print button. And so there's the job. And if you're interested, want to take it further, go across and see one of the consultants, or take it home and give them a call yourself. So let's find out a little bit more about how this place actually works and what jobs are available at the moment. Here's Andy Madeley, who's a manager here.
Some of the new initiatives that we've got that are really great are the wage incentive, first of all, which is specifically focused on our 18 to 24-year-olds. So an 18 to 24-year-old who is 6 months unemployed is actually eligible for a wage incentive, which is £2,275, which is paid to an employer who recruits that young person. So it's a scheme to help employers recruiting young people and help our longer-term unemployed customers back into employment. It's a great scheme, a lot of demand on it at the moment, it's being used quite frequently. I just want to get it out there and get it sold as much as we can.
That was Andrew Madeley from Station Street Job Centre. I'm here in Hucknall to ask people what their favourite jobs are. What's the best job you've ever had?
Probably working in a care home.
Why?
I don't know, it's rewarding, isn't it? You get a lot of rewards from it, it's just nice.
The best job I ever had was working for British Coal, and I worked there for 18 years.
Why was it so good?
Just a great atmosphere, good job, good pay, good superannuation scheme, excellent training.
Well, the best job I've had was in the Armed Forces. I was a chef there, and I'm still a chef today in public life.
I was working with PC World tech guys, repairing computers, diagnosing them and that. So yeah, that was probably my best job.
What's the best job you've ever had?
I was a care manager.
Oh, right, yes. And
that was a really fulfilling job. Okay. Best job ever. It's doing something I love, meeting loads of people and looking after the elderly.
Duncan and I have just popped in here to get a cup of tea, but I've come across Fatima. Fatima, what would be your favourite job?
My favourite job, it was a teacher, to become a teacher, but I couldn't do that, you know, so it's too late now.
People often talk about businesses being fit for purpose. Well, one Nottingham business trainer is making sure company leaders are fit too, and is doing it with the help of the business support organisation, NBV.
The routine that we're going to do is called a boast and drive routine, where both of you are moving.
Mike McLeod is a squash coach with a difference.
Try and dominate the centre of the court, try and dominate the tee, and don't be left in the back.
His business, Salcatech, aims to improve performance, from the squash court to the boardroom.
Okay, throughout family, throughout work, throughout sport, business and so on, we have those fears and doubts and anxieties that we want to kind of sort out and move forward. And that's what the business is all about, helping people to improve their performance and feel better within themselves.
And what kind of clients do you get coming to you?
Well, I have either the squash clients or, in business, the scientific customers, people from the NHS, from the local council, also from sort of distribution companies and so on. For instance, I do group sales coaching, helping salespeople to improve their performance.
What about you? Yeah, I felt a lot more positive when I was in the right position, so when I could able to get to the ball and sort of be there when I needed to.
Whilst Mike now coaches his clients through games of squash or a tricky sales pitch, he says he wouldn't be where he is now without the help of his own business mentor.
Where do you find the information when you're on your own? In a company, everything's provided. So this was new to go out there and get the things that I needed, so I needed that direction. Excellent. Okay then, show me what you can do.
The first 12 months are crucial for any business. So having somebody they can pick up the phone to, email, just check that what decisions they're making around the business is on the right track. Our advisors and business mentors won't make decisions for the clients. It's their business, they need to own it. But it's just, again, just testing ideas with somebody, just making sure that, just a comfort zone really, comfort blanket.
Well, I think it's 10-0 to me, but we're going to take a break now.
Yeah, and we'll be back with some of our biggest, some of our biggest hits. Welcome back, and yes, you guessed right, I did win.
Serious business is table tennis, but let's take a look at some more serious business here in Notts. The kids who are learning how to handle their cash at a very young age.
Grown-ups pay loads of stuff with their money, for example, food, clothes, somewhere to live and electricity like their rent.
If you had all the money in the world, yeah, what would you buy?
A house.
A one-way ticket around the world.
And I'll be finding out if buses really do come in threes. Rob, we'll have to give up soon, mate. We've got a load of kids waiting to get on.
Yeah, I think so. But did you know that these days, Des, they get lessons in school in finance, as Jane Dodge has been finding out. I hope you didn't cheat then.
Our learning objective for this lesson is I can give reasons for my money decisions. We're going to be looking today at things that we hold important, things that we value. Giving you a bit of a clue. What do you think value might mean? Talk to the person next to you, your partner. What does value mean?
Children at Dunkirk Primary School are talking money.
Right, hands up. Who's got an idea what value might mean? Elijah?
Well, there's two types of value, personal value and money value. Money value is like if I went to the shop and bought a packet of sweets for 50p, that 50p would be that packets of sweets value. But personal value means that something means a lot to you.
So Elijah was right.
We can all remember doing money sums in maths lessons at school. It was pounds, shillings and pence in my day. But this lesson is about more than just numeracy. It's called life skills.
I think I'm going to put pets on the same line as family, because in my house, my pets are my family.
The idea is to make children from as young as 5 more savvy about the value of money.
Food's probably more important than all of them, because it helps us to survive.
What changes have you seen over the last 2 years since you've introduced this subject within the curriculum?
I think it's meant for the school that the teachers are changing the way they're teaching. They're doing more things like this lesson, where it's not necessarily write everything down and all the evidence behind it. I think children sometimes just need to talk and debate things, and I think that really is come across in all lessons. For example, before we got the award, I asked a child where money came from, and they said, oh, it comes from the bank, and they just assumed it was there. And now you ask the same child, oh, well, my mum and dad earned it, and you can really see that they've understood where money comes from and what they need to be able to do to be financially safe when they're older. Hands up. Which is more important, food or pets? Help me out here. Kyra. The lesson itself was if they could have anything in the world that they wanted, had all the money in the world, what would they want? And then we'll think about needs. If you only earned a certain amount of money within your work or with pocket money, what are the important things? What do you need? We've got food.
In theory, that should mean less pestering of parents.
We've got shelter. What's shelter mean?
Shelter means like when you've got a roof over your head, like we've got our house to protect us.
We teach it here in foundation, which are the really little ones, in terms of tuck shops and pretend shops and things like that, and then right up to the values of things in year 5 and 6. And I just think because they're already spending money at that age, they're already saving for things in their pocket money, so why should they wait until they're secondary school to understand about that pocket money that they're getting? It's better to, as soon as they get it, to learn about the values of money than wait till afterwards.
Money is special to us. You can use money for lots of different things. We learn how to spend money and what to buy, which is important, and what you need to spend the money on.
Pets are living things, and a mansion is just like...
Dunkirk Primary is one of 21 schools across the country involved in this project. It's run by a charity called PFEG, Personal Finance Education Group, and the information services company Experian, which has its headquarters in Nottingham, is funding it. £360,000 over 3 years. Dunkirk School is now recognised as a centre of excellence in financial education.
Hello, welcome to Wimple's Tuck Shop. How can we help you?
Can I please have one ice cream? Of course.
It may be let's pretend at the age of 10, but the idea is that when these children grow up and have their own bank accounts and mortgages, they'll be more adept at keeping in the black.
Hi, could I have some chips and some candy floss?
In the end, yes, we can all want things, but we can't always have them, at least straight away. We need to learn the benefits of saving or understand that we can't have everything that we want.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, can I have a lollipop?
Well, it seems as though the kids know what they put a value on, but how about you? What couldn't you live without?
What couldn't I live without? I'm going to go for a really basic answer, my Casio watch, because I really love my Casio watch. I've had it for 12 years and it keeps me on track to being organised. It tells me the date of the week, and yeah, it helps me be a better human being, I think.
What couldn't you live without?
My friends and my phone.
If you had all the money in the world, yeah, what would you buy?
A house. A one-way ticket around the world. Buy a yacht. Yeah, sail the world. That's what I want to do.
I don't know, I'd give quite a lot of it away, because otherwise what have you got to live for?
Oh, well, I think money's kind of the problem with the world, really, to be honest.
Well, I've got everything I need. Probably give it to charity.
Would you?
Yeah. Got everything I need.
And that's family you're talking about?
This one.
52 million people use Nottingham's buses every year and they travel 12 million miles. But how do you keep the wheels greased as such a huge organisation? I'm here to find out.
Yeah, 638. I take it you still have passengers on board.
Behind the scenes is a high-tech operation, making sure that the buses keep on moving right across the city. I'm in the control centre and these real-time monitors behind me tell me exactly what's going on across the whole of Greater Nottinghamshire. I feel as though I'm captain of the Enterprise, but I am not captain of this ship. Lee McPhilbin is. Lee, exactly what's going on?
Right, this is the control room for Nottingham City Transport. Obviously, what we're doing here is monitoring and looking after all of basically the City of Nottingham's bus network, certainly the NCT, Nottingham City Transport element of it. So what we're able to see here is a graphical form, basically every single vehicle on the fleet. So we look after around 350 vehicles, 850 drivers, and each of the vehicles is fitted with a computer, and that's connected to a radio. That radio transmits both data and voice. The vehicles will transmit back their location, what time they're at a particular bus stop, what time they're supposed to be there, what time they're actually there. That's all transmitted back to this central room, when it's then turned into graphical form, so the controllers here can then see exactly what's going off. In any business, particularly transport business, I mean, there's nothing worse. I'm sure you have, and I have been stood there at a bus stop waiting and waiting and waiting and nothing comes. Whereas at least now you can see when delays happen. We have the on-street signs provided by the council, bus app coming in on your mobile phones. We also have it on the website. So all the information you see here is then transmitted simultaneously to those devices, so it enables the customer to stand there and actually be informed of when, even though the bus is late, at least they know that it's going to be late.
And if you've ever suspected it, well, now we know it's true. The buses can change traffic lights from red to green.
We've got now 20 junctions across the city activated by the onboard computer. So the onboard computer talks to the traffic lights directly, and if the vehicle is late, for example, it's colour-coded, so green means the vehicle's on time. It goes yellow, purple and blue, depending on how late the vehicle's getting. So in this instance here, we can see this vehicle's slightly late. The onboard computer talks to the traffic light junction and tells it it's late, and then the traffic light junction then decides what to do in terms of letting the vehicle through.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
With hundreds of buses on the roads, there's a huge operation involved in keeping them running. Each one does more than 30,000 miles a year at an average speed of 17 miles an hour.
We think the important thing is maintenance, so every 4 weeks we check the vehicle over, make sure it's safe and reliable, and we change oils on a regular basis, more regular than the manufacturers recommend, and we think that gives the vehicles a longer lifespan. They're working sort of 18 hours a day. Some of these vehicles are out at 4 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock in the morning. People are on and off the vehicles, so heavy usage.
It's an operation that's nationally recognised. NCT is currently the largest bus operator of the year, although the company's not sure its customers have quite yet realised.
If you have the highest quality, that is the norm, and therefore you expect it. As long as we keep delivering in terms of the expectation of what it is that our customers want, I'm content. The fact that we've won all these awards, it's a byproduct really. The national body, the Passenger Focus, has mainly monitored the railways. For the buses, they've only been in it for 3 years, and for the first 2 years, Nottingham City Transport was the top performer. So, in terms of do we do well, are we best, do people appreciate it? I think they do, by and large, but I don't think they know just how good it is.
And as for that old story of buses all coming along at once, seems like it's true.
All the time. And the more frequent a service becomes, the more that problem arises, because it only takes a relatively short delay at any part in the system, and the first bus that comes along is then delayed by more passengers getting on, so the other one catches it up, so you do get buses come along in threes. And anybody in the company will tell you, I'm a bit of a maths geek, and there is a formula for that, which we try and avoid getting it out.
The formula?
Yeah, there's a formula. There's actually a book called Why Do Buses Come in Threes, which deals with a whole series of things. But that's one of the applications, is the delay factor and almost chaos theory that comes into it. So, and trust me, there is chaos there on the odd occasions.
So, we knew it all along.
OK, I do need to take your photograph now then, please. Lovely, thank you.
But for Nottingham City Transport, the aim now is to increase the number of people on its buses and get more of us to leave our cars at home.
Well, that's just about it for us for this week, but if you come back next week, you might still be here playing this game, actually.
And don't forget, you can always catch us on YouTube. Just type in Working Week Nots TV.
I've got it, and if you've got a story for us, get in touch. It's news@workingweektv.com. OK, Des, loser buys the beer. Thank you, you're buying the beer.